in your countries, even before the private institution had been established. But now most of the trading are done by the private institutions. In fact, to reflect the close relationship between Malaysia and Pakistan, we even have a joint ventures companies between Malaysia and Pakistan just involved in this palm oil trade. We have the MAPA edible oil, which is stand for Malaysia Pakistan. The first palm oil refinery been established in Pakistan in year 2006. At that time, it was being, graced by the presidents. The idea was come even during that late Prime Minister of Benazir Bhutto and our former Prime Minister, it is Dr. Mahathir, who was I think the man behind what we see the trade between Malaysia and Pakistan, how is very close. I think the leaders of both countries are very committed. So it was the continuations. We are continue our cordial relationship, our close relationship, even what we call it a brotherhood nation between Malaysia and Pakistan. So even now there is numbers of the joint venture. Even as far as I know, even Pakistani now also ventures in palm oil industry in Malaysia.
So that is a good thing. I think that mutually beneficial relationships are coming up. One thing I would like to ask you now, Mr. Fairoz, what about the future of this trade, especially between Malaysia and Pakistan in the palm oil category? Do you see any growth? Because our population is growing very quickly and everyone needs cooking oil. And I think it's the month of Ramadan and you are here in Pakistan, so you know how much oil we use.
Particularly, I think people of Pakistan also making their, good choice or right choice, because basically when you are taking as a food, there is certain criteria, certain expectation. The food or the oil has to be meet with your taste. So in that aspect, palm oil is the one of the oil that easily, because they don't have any is a blend in taste, so it can suit with any of your requirement. And then particularly the way that Pakistani prefer the food,
very oily
and then you need the oil, it is stable, so especially for the frying. For this particularly, the best oil so far has been proven is palm oil. So I believe, as you said, when the people the population getting bigger, the demand are getting growth as well. So in fact, in the year 2010, the export of palm oil to Pakistan by Malaysian palm oil was reached the historic level of 2 million tons. It was, in fact, Pakistan at that time, even now, considered a second biggest buyer of Malaysian palm oil after China. So that's why we are putting very important or very very serious emphasis of this market. We are very taking care of this. This is very important market for us.
One thing, Mr. Fairoz, I'd like to ask you is that as you know, in Pakistan we like fried food, and you were saying that oils need to be stable. As we see every day in the month of Ramadan, you see many goodies being fried in oil. What do you mean by stable? Do you mean the compound also breaks down? Are all cooking oils not stable?
No, basically if you're comparing palm oil with other oils, palm oil having a higher, what we call it, the oxidative stability or higher smoke point. The oil itself are stable up to, let's say, a frying temperature of 200 or 180. Some of the oil, if you fry, for example, for instance, olive oil, if you're using for frying, it will be damaged easily. But palm oil is so stable, even you fry at the temperature of 180 or 150, it will be stable. In fact, can be reused for the frying for the second time. I think this is the most important aspect, where it gives the value or cost effective for the consumer in Pakistan.
Mr. Fairoz, we see many brands that come up in Pakistan, and I'm sure these are coming up throughout the world. some of these brands actually state the nutritional value and also the source.
Yeah.
And I think your smile tells me that you understand my question. Actually, our people are not educated enough to identify the source of a certain oil. So how can you identify that if an oil is being made with palm oil or any other oil for that matter?
I think this is also I think quite easy. First of all, because we have regulations such as the standard of Pakistan, where you have to mention what is the oil. If you're labeling oil, this is sunflower or canola, whatever, you have to label as what the oil is. So, but however, for most of the main usage of palm oil in Pakistan at the moment are still in the Vanaspati. So generally, palm oil be used in the Vanaspati processing, because basically the properties of palm oil is only the oil that can match with your requirement of natural ghee, which is a desi ghee, or that you use.
Because they like the consistency, as
Yep.
you may have seen, that many
Yep.
people like the consistency of ghee and they like to melt it
Yep.
so that they can psychologically feel as if they are using the natural product. However, as you have told us, that palm oil is also a natural product. However, as you said, that people are psychologically used to the consistency and the feel.
Yeah.
How do you think this Vanaspati product is used in Pakistan or is used in other countries as well?
As far as the my knowledge, particularly the Vanaspati are traditionally be consumed by what call it this subcontinent, Pakistan, India, and the rest, Bangladesh, these neighboring countries. Even I also found the Vanaspati in some countries in Middle East. I believe because of the close relationship, you have a population of Pakistan over there. So I could say that Vanaspati not only used in Pakistan, but you can say all over the world, because the Pakistan only living throughout the world, globally. Even in the US, you can also find the Vanaspati too. So it just your preference towards, because you are growing up with such product, you have some feeling. You need the oil that as much as possible could match with your whatever your preference. As you said, the consistency is there.
Mr. Firoz, we have to take a short break, and after we come back, we'll conclude the program by asking you few questions about palm oil. नाज़रीन, अब लेंगे हम एक छोटा सा ब्रेक. नाज़रीन, वेलकम बैक आफ्टर द ब्रेक. हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं फायरोज हिफ्जर साहब, जो कि मुंसलिक हैं मलेशियन पाम ऑयल बोर्ड के साथ, MPOB के साथ. इनसे पाम ऑयल के बारे में गुफ्तगू हो रही है और मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो पहले मुझे नहीं पता थी लेकिन अब पता लगी हैं. Firoz Sahab, I would like to ask you now, what is the nutritional value of the palm oil, and please tell us how you are extracting the various vitamins and other nutritional elements that are in palm oil.
As you may aware that this palm oil particularly is very high content of vitamin E. We have a technology in Malaysia where we can extract the vitamin through what we call it molecular distillation process. This is a low temperature where this is necessity because we want to retain the oil and the vitamin without damaging the vitamin. So this vitamin have been extracted, and then I think commercially is available in the market in term of the capsule or in term of the extract, whether in the powder form or in the what we call it in the oil slurry or a form. This vitamin later on it can be used for ingredients such as for your cosmetic, such as the lotion, vitamin E lotion, even in the food product. If you need to enrich with the vitamin E content, you just can add that extract of vitamin. Even if you need to make it like a supplement, you just make it encapsulate, and then you take it as like vitamin E, which is natural vitamin E.
And that, like you mentioned earlier, it is good for our skin and obviously for other nutritional requirements of the body.
Yeah, it had the vitamin E itself has been proven as anti-cancer properties.
Yes.
So it gives you what call it the value addition, because you will because you know, when I think it's because of the consume of some other synthetic product where you have numbers of quite high numbers of free radical in your bodies. This free radical is the one that can cause a cancer. If you're having such as vitamin E, it has the anti-cancer properties. So at least it can reduce your probability or your chance to having such, cancer. So even me myself, I take a vitamin E supplement for that, to improve, my health conditions, and then to avoid such as the cancer. Rather than that, we also have some other the phytonutrient, which also can be extracted from oil palm. So numbers of phytonutrient are getting popular now. Even we have quinone, and then you can number a few others phytonutrient, which also been proven is this very nutritional value for us as a human or consumer of palm oil product.
Is it possible to plant this palm oil tree or plant in Pakistan? Has it been done yet?
Yes, I think it is a very good question. Probably most of people also like to ask whether one day Pakistan can have their own oil palm trees. Yes, actually it happens. I'd like to mention to the viewer as well. In fact, now Pakistan itself, you have your own palm oil trees. Malaysia and Pakistan government, we have been embarking a project where this trial plant or trial plot of oil palm been conducted in Tata and Winder. I think it's about probably about 1,000 acre of land have been planted with oil palm. Malaysia,
it has already happened.
Yep. So the tree itself have been producing the fruit. So what you can say, been rather than consume palm oil as an imported product, I believe in long run you can say palm oil is your own local product. It's just a matter of time. When the industry, the plantation is ready, you can have your own palm oil industry in Pakistan.
And obviously this offers new avenues for us for not only planting palm oil and subsequently extracting, refining and making our economy move with this.
Yeah, in that sense I think it had been proven. Palm oil somehow had been eradicate the poverty in Malaysia. It had been proven as the economic commodity successfully in Malaysia. So similarly, I believe with this commitment from every even government and private institution, one day the oil palm industry, even the palm oil industry, could be a success industry also in Pakistan.
At the end, I would like to discuss something about Malaysia. I would like to ask you why Malaysia has become so popular in the world as a tourist destination, and also about the people of Malaysia. But first I'd like to ask you a bit about how your country has evolved into a major tourist destination.
I think it is also because of, I think, none others that what we call it the Mahathir Mohamad. It was the visions where we give, he has a plan for Malaysia to be a developed nation by year 2020. So during that time, we identify the tourism is one of the potential industry. In fact, it has been proven. At that time, we are developed, we find out that a lot of our unique properties in Malaysia can be marketed as the tourist product, inclusive even the palm oil. Even now we have what we call it ecotourism. People visited Malaysia to stay in the oil palm plantation because it gives them a very unique experience. It cannot be found elsewhere in the world. So rather than that, the oil palm or the palm plantation itself is very what we call it very green area. It's very natural. You can having a breathe very what we call it very clear oil. Well, not clear oil, very clear air. This is give a good mood if you are in the vacation. Nevertheless,